Hi everyone, welcome back to TECHMargadarshi. In this part of our Java tutorial series, we are going to learn control statements in Java, which help us make decisions and repeat actions in our programs. We'll cover if statements, switch case, loops, and jump statements with clear explanations and examples. Let's get started and strengthen our Java fundamentals step by step. What are control statements in Java? Now let's understand what control statements are in Java. Control statements are used to control the flow of execution in a Java program. In simple terms, they decide which code should run, when it should run, and how many times it should run. They are mainly used for decision making, looping, and jumping to different parts of the program. In Java, control statements are broadly classified into selection statements like if else, and switch, iteration statements like for, while, and do while loops, and jump statements like break, continue, and return. Control statements are essential for writing logical, dynamic, and real world Java programs. Decision making are selection statements in Java, if family. Now let's understand decision making statements in Java, also known as the if family. These statements help Java decide which block of code to execute based on conditions. First, we have the if statement. The if statement executes a block of code only when the given condition is true. For example, checking whether a person is eligible to vote. Next comes the if else statement. Here, one block runs if the condition is true, and the else block runs when the condition is false. This is useful when we need an alternative action. Then we have nested if statements. A nested if means placing one if inside another if. This is used when one condition depends on another condition, like checking past status first and then checking distinction. Finally, we have the if else if ladder. This is used when we need to check multiple conditions one after another. Only the block whose condition is true will execute and the rest will be skipped. Decision making statements are very important in Java because they help us build logical, real world programs. Now move on to the next topic, switch case statement in Java. Now let's understand the switch case statement in Java. We use the switch case statement when multiple conditions depend on a single value. Instead of writing long and complex if else ladders, switch case provides a cleaner and more readable approach. In a switch statement, Java evaluates a single variable or expression. Each case checks for a matching value, and when a match is found, the corresponding block of code is executed. The break statement is very important. It stops execution and prevents the program from falling into the next case. If none of the cases match, the default block runs. Switch case works with data types like int, string, char, and enum, making it very useful in real world applications such as menus, options, and user choices. Now, here is the next topic, iteration or loop statements in Java. Now, let's understand iteration statements, also known as loops in Java. Loops are used when we want to execute a block of code repeatedly based on a condition. First, we have the for loop. The for loop is used when the number of iterations is already known. It contains initialization, condition, and update in a single line, making it very clean and readable. This loop is commonly used for counters and fixed repetitions. Next is the while loop. The while loop is useful when the number of iterations is not known in advance and depends on a condition. Here, the condition is checked before executing the loop body, so the loop may run 0 times if the condition is false. It is often used in input based or condition driven scenarios. Finally, we have the do while loop. This loop is special because it executes the loop body at least once, even if the condition is false. The condition is checked after the execution. Because of this behavior, do while loops are commonly used in menu driven programs. So, in short, Java provides for while and do while loops to handle different repetition needs efficiently. Now, here is the last topic, jump statements in Java. Now, let's understand jump statements in Java, which are used to change the normal flow of program execution. The first jump statement is break. The break statement is used to immediately terminate a loop or a switch block. When Java encounters break, control exits the loop completely and moves to the next statement after the loop. Next is the continue statement. Unlike break, continue does not terminate the loop. Instead, it skips the remaining code of the current iteration and moves directly to the next iteration of the loop. Finally, we have the return statement. The return statement is used to exit from a method. It can return a value to the calling method or simply end the method execution if no value is required. Jump statements are very useful when you want precise control over loops and method execution. All the code examples shown above will be explained in detail in another video as part of Java important programs. And that brings us to the end of part 4, where we explored control statements in Java, including decision making, loops, and jump statements. These concepts help you control the flow of execution and are essential for writing logical and efficient programs. Make sure to practice these regularly because strong control flow is the backbone of real world Java applications. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Tech Margadarshi so you don't miss the upcoming videos. Keep coding, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next session.